What's going on, YouTube? Alright, here's a little update on my fresh air box. I've got my panel I gotta remove. Got everything hooked up. For people that don't know how to hook this up, it took me a while to figure it out, but you've got your 3-prong there. You've got one that goes to your vents right there, if you can see it. Sorry for the poor video and everything. One goes up around to the back to your center vent that ties in there. And then your other one, your last and third one, which is this one, that ties into your left and right vents. And then you have this big one that ties into your front one. The controls, which I had to buy all this stuff separately because the car didn't come with it, is right here. Have it all set up. That was actually fairly easy. The hardest part was figuring out how it went around the flasher box or switch. I got that situated and got it all mounted and everything seems to be working fine. I just need to get the seal to seal it to the top of the hood. I've got my drain hose hooked up so it goes underneath and everything. I completely redid this car from the ground up. It's got all that. I put air conditioning in the car, which is cool on a summer day. Works really well. It actually freezes you out in 20 minutes. You have to open up the wing windows and everything. But I redid everything. Had the whole car resprayed. This is a Mako paint job. You know, I did all the interior myself. Everything is the tweed all the way to the back. Kept the factory seats and the seat belts. Had to update because it didn't have seat belts when I got it, but everything's good. I had a 2387 in it and I sold that for the air conditioning. I put the MP disc brakes on it, and I got these wheels with the drop spindles, so I dropped it in the front. I built a driver. I didn't build a show car. I mean, the front was hit and everything. I should have spent the money, but I really didn't care about that. As long as the car drove and looked good, you're really not going to notice. I kept the 71 deck lid because it was on the car, and since I'm running dual carbs, now this is a 1600 single port. I've got the MP single port 34 dual carb setup on it, which doesn't want to idle when they're cold, but when they run, the idle fluctuates between 1100 and 1400 RPMs. I don't know why it does that. I've tried adjusting, doing everything, going back to factory specs from when you get them out of the box, but for some reason it just doesn't want to do it. That's the way it is, I guess. I've got my fuel pressure regulator set at 2.5 so I don't blow the seats out of them. You know, my linkage is all nice and loose. But other than that, I mean, I'm happy with it. It sounds like it's underwater sometimes. I know that's a mixture setting that I still got to play with, but overall it's a good running little car. I'm in the process of building a 1914. I'm using a stock case, stock rods. Not doing anything special. Yeah, I have an oil leak right there. I'm just putting probably 40 or 44 dual carbs on it, and a nice 100 or a 110 cam in it, just for nice little cruisers, for when I turn on the air conditioner it doesn't drop the horsepower down too low, because this one does. And then you also have where the condensers are for the fans. They run completely underneath the car. So when you turn them on, that's what it is. The only thing I don't like about them is how far they sit below, so I can't lower the rear end of the car. But other than that, runs great, drives great. Now you've got your dryer right there for the air conditioner. I'm happy with the AC on it. If anybody has any tips on how to build a good solid 1914, please leave a comment in the section. All right, thanks.